The Los Angeles Dodgers have several major stories surrounding the team right now, and while some are about the future of the 2026 season, one of the biggest stories is about remembering a man whose impact on baseball will last forever. Today, we're talking about the legacy of Dodgers pitcher Tommy John, why the Dodgers desperately need Mookie Betts to return to his best form, and the growing concerns surrounding Kyle Tucker and his struggles at Dodger Stadium. So stay with us, because these three stories could tell us a lot about where this Dodgers team is heading. First, we begin with a sad moment for the entire baseball world. Tommy John has passed away at the age of 83. For younger baseball fans, Tommy John is more than just the name of a famous surgery. He was a major league pitcher who spent an incredible 26 years in the big leagues, including 6 seasons with the Los Angeles Dodgers. But his impact on the sport became even greater because of what happened after a devastating elbow injury. In 1974, Tommy John underwent an experimental elbow reconstruction performed by Dr. Frank Jobe. At the time, the idea that a pitcher could return to Major League Baseball after such a serious surgery was far from guaranteed. But Tommy John did the work. He committed himself to the rehabilitation process, fought his way back, and eventually returned to pitch in the majors. That surgery would forever become known as Tommy John surgery. Dr. Jobe later gave Tommy John tremendous credit for what happened after the operation, explaining that while the doctors performed the surgery, John was the one who did the hard work necessary to return. His determination and commitment helped establish a rehabilitation process that has influenced baseball for generations. Think about that for a moment. Today, when a pitcher suffers a major elbow injury, fans immediately hear the words Tommy John surgery. From young prospects to MLB superstars, countless pitchers have undergone a procedure that carries the name of one man. Tommy John didn't just have a long baseball career. His recovery changed the future of pitching. That is why his legacy reaches far beyond his statistics. His name became connected to one of the most important medical developments in the history of professional baseball. The game we watch today might look very different without the example he provided more than 5 decades ago. And for Dodgers fans, there is an additional connection. Tommy John spent an important part of his career in Los Angeles, and his name will always be connected to the history of this franchise. Our thoughts are with Tommy John's family, friends, and everyone who knew him. Baseball has lost a remarkable figure, but his impact on the game will never disappear. Now let's turn to the current Dodgers, because one of the biggest questions surrounding this team is simple. Can Mookie Betts return to being Mookie Betts? The Dodgers are loaded with talent. When you look at this roster, you see Shohei, Ohtani, Freddie Freeman, Yoshinobu Yamamoto, Tarik Skubal, Andy Pages, and of course Mookie Betts. This is a team with championship expectations, but great teams need their biggest stars to perform when the pressure rises. And that is why the Dodgers need Mookie Betts to be Mookie Betts. When Mookie is playing at his best, he changes everything. He can impact the game offensively, defensively, and emotionally. He brings experience, leadership, and the ability to completely change the momentum of a game. The Dodgers don't simply need another good player. They need one of their franchise stars to become a difference maker again. Because as talented as this roster is, the postseason can expose every weakness. A cold streak from one star can be covered. But when multiple players struggle at the same time, even the deepest team in baseball can suddenly become vulnerable. That brings us directly to Kyle Tucker. Tucker's situation has become one of the most frustrating stories surrounding the Dodgers. His struggles at Dodger Stadium have been especially noticeable, and the frustration appears to be growing. He did not start twice during the recent homestand, and manager Dave Roberts acknowledged that Tucker has been pressing and feeling the frustration. That is an important word, pressing. When a talented player starts pressing, everything can become more difficult. Instead of trusting his natural approach, he may start trying too hard to force results. Every at-bat becomes bigger. Every missed opportunity creates more pressure. And for a player expected to make a major impact, the spotlight only becomes brighter. Kyle Tucker has the talent. That has never been a question. The question is whether he can find a way to relax, adjust, and rediscover his best form before the struggles become an even bigger storyline. Some observers have already described the Tucker signing as a major disappointment so far. That may sound harsh, but expectations are enormous when you join a team like the Dodgers. This is Los Angeles. This is Dodger Stadium. And this is a franchise built to compete for championships. Fans expect results. But here is the most important thing. The season is not defined by one difficult stretch. Baseball is a long game, and great players have struggled before only to turn everything around at exactly the right time. The Dodgers know that Tucker has the ability to become an important part of this lineup. The challenge now is helping him get there. And this is where Mookie Betts becomes even more important. If Tucker is struggling and the Dodgers are waiting for other players to find consistency, Mookie stepping up could change the entire atmosphere around the lineup. Imagine a Dodgers offense where Ohtani is producing at an elite level, Freeman remains dangerous, Mookie starts playing like the superstar fans know he can be, and Tucker finally breaks out of a slump. That is the nightmare scenario for every opposing pitcher. And the Dodgers still have an incredible amount of talent throughout the roster. In ESPN's updated ranking of the top 50 players in Major League Baseball, 5 Dodgers were included. Shohei Ohtani was ranked number 1 overall. Yoshinobu Yamamoto came in at number 18, Tarek Skubal was ranked 21st, Freddie Freeman was 29th, and Andy Pages was number 30. That list is a reminder of just how talented this organization is. But rankings don't win playoff games. Talent on paper doesn't automatically guarantee a championship. The Dodgers need production when it matters. They need stars to perform. They need Mookie Betts to look like Mookie Betts. And they need Kyle Tucker to find his confidence again. At the same time, the baseball world is remembering Tommy John, a player whose story represents something that still matters in today's game: resilience. Tommy John faced a challenge that could have ended his career. Instead, he fought through the recovery process and returned to the major leagues. His determination helped create a legacy that changed baseball forever. And in a different way, the current Dodgers are facing their own challenges. Mookie Betts needs to find his highest level. Kyle Tucker needs to overcome frustration. The Dodgers need their stars to come together as the pressure of the season continues to grow. The talent is there. The expectations are there. But now comes the most important question. Can the Dodgers put everything together when it matters most? Because if Mookie Betts finds his rhythm again, if Kyle Tucker turns his season around, and if the Dodgers' incredible collection of talent begins firing at the same time, this team could become even more dangerous heading toward the postseason. But if the struggles continue, the questions will only get louder. So, what do you think, Dodgers fans? Can Mookie Betts return to superstar form? Will Kyle Tucker finally break through at Dodger Stadium? And what is your favorite memory of Dodgers legend Tommy John? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this Dodgers update, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss our latest Dodgers and MLB news. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.